The topic, Divya has suggested a topic, Arudha Lagna. Should we talk about Arudha, or is there any other topic that we are supposed to talk today? What else today's topic?
We started Kalachakra last time.
Panchang we talked about. Last night I did Karan. Okay, for those of you, as just say 3 members, last night I did a very special session in Karan. Take the MP3. Okay, transcription should also be available for you. So I don't want to repeat it. It's a very, very advanced class on Karan, where you should be able to pinpoint the karma of the person just by the Rashi chart. Also pinpoint what karma has caused him to come into birth, that he must do. The compelling and the impelling factors in life. So I'll skip that. You can take the MP3s and we'll go into Arudha and Maya. Maya बहुत important है, because there is a lot of confusion on what Arudha is. सबसे पहले, what are the factors that make up a human being? Let us list the factors. Who am I? Who am I? Do you know me? Do you know me? You don't know me. Then why have you come here to listen to me? You have come to listen to somebody, right? Who is that somebody you came to listen to? A teacher of Jyotish. So that is something associated with me. Right? So that is an image that you have in your mind about me. Right? You can see me in this physical body. I have a black spot over here. Right? And which is supposed to be Sai Baba's spot. And what else? You know my physical makeup. Physically, by knowing me, by seeing my face, you can make out what I am, who I am. Physically at least. I mean, when you look at Sarvani, will you say that is Sanjay Rath? No. There is a difference in the physical body. Right? There is a physical body. So there is a physical body which is important. And my definition, who I am. I am a physical body. I have a mind which thinks. It is the organ with which I think. I have a soul. Because I know I have seen dead people. Dead people cannot walk. I can walk. There is something that is animating me, which is giving me an animation. And that is my soul or my Atma. Right? What else is important about me? My name. I have a name. I am associated with some works. Some image is there about me. An image. Nobody has a total picture of that image. Different people know different things about it. Based upon what they know about me, they have an image about me. That's another aspect, right? 5. These are the 5 primary definitions about me. 5 primary definitions. There are other secondary definitions. My family, my this, my that. So many things. The entire thing about the physical body is known from the Lord of Lagna, called Paka Lagna. Paka Lagna is the Lord of Lagna. You have a Lagna, the Lord of Lagna, the sign occupied by that, the physical body comes from there. Because the Paka Lagna has a planet, it is a Graha with a physical body. The Graha defines your physical body. Mana, from where do you see the Mana? Moon. What is Mana? Is it just the conscious, is it the mind? We can say loosely it is the mind. But the mind at 5 different levels at least. Aurobindo has defined 5 different levels of the mind. And he talks about the physical consciousness. I know that there is a sofa out here. I know that there is a table out here. There is a pen out there. These are physically conscious of people. Physical consciousness level. That is the first level. Second, what we call the consciousness level. I'm aware of things. My awareness of things around me in this world. Third, subconscious. That which I was aware of, but I am not very clear. It is not important for me now. It has got to a background, but somewhere it is there in my mind. Subconscious level. The fourth level, superconscious level. What is superconscious level? My great grandfather 700 years back, great sixth generation, migrated from a province which was called Magad to the village of Veera Balabhadrapur Sasan at Puri. He was the Pandit of Magad. So I sat up and when I was reading that, and I said, oh, so I'm a Bihari. You see? So that means somewhere there is the knowledge pertaining to my past retained about my forefathers, some knowledge. Then I followed that up further. Way back they had migrated from Somnath. Now Somnath is right on the west coast. So they were Pandits of Somnath in Gujarat, from where they went to Kanyakuj, and from where they went to Orissa. So that means it's a total transition over such a long period of time. Somewhere in the super consciousness level, those karmas done by the forefathers is kept. And that is called the Pitris. That is super consciousness level. Then there is a level called the supra consciousness, of which I remember nothing. God has been very kind. He has erased that memory completely from my mind. It is a memory of my previous existences. If I existed earlier as a dog or a cat or a human being or whatever, you know how to find out, right, from horoscope? Whether a person was a buffalo or an animal or a human being, how do you find out? Previous existence, what was the body? How do you find out? Is there a dictum?
Shukra-Dwara Samsa in the Arudha Chapter.
Good. You look at the conception chart and take the position of Venus, Shukra. Shukra is Reta. And so, you check up the Dwada Samsa or the D12 chart. And in that D12 chart, check up where Venus is. What planets are conjoining it. If an intelligent planet like Jupiter conjoins Venus, then know that he was a human being. If Jupiter houses are involved, know that he was a human being. Jupiter and Mercury houses indicate human birth. Previous body was human. If it was Saturn, it was surely animal. If it conjoins Saturn, it was animal and it was buffalo. So in this life also the fellow will have some buffalo characteristics. What? Have you seen many human beings having buffalo characteristics? So now you know what to look for in the chart. The idea is in the process of evolution, we are passing through birth after birth after birth, and in each birth we must ensure that we don't have to again come back as an animal. Is karma not very important? What is it that made you to be born as a human being? Good karma. Why were you not given the half indriyas of an animal? Do you know how the animals cannot see in color? Do you know that cow sees in black and white? Dogs and cows, they all see black and white. They cannot see color. What a big difference. Okay. So, what was I talking about? Previous birth and the dogs and cats. So imagine, if you don't want to be born, many sadhus, you go to and ask them, please bless me so that I'm not born as an animal. They say, no. Once you're born as a human being, you cannot be born as an animal. That's wrong. They haven't read the text. Nothing prevents God from sending you back to this planet as an animal unless you have the karmas to ensure that you will be born again as a human being. So the most important factor is the karma factor. And that is attached to your soul. So the Atma Karaka becomes an important planet. It is the soul significator. And the sun indicates the Sarvatma or all the other souls through whom the Atma Karaka will interact. So at the soul level, the interaction is very different. When a mother punishes a child, at the soul level there is no sin, it is a blessing. Because the mother is then actually doing her duty, because her punishing the child, she is improving the child. The intention is at the soul level. The soul alone knows the true intention of karma. Who knows? Who else knows why? When you do something, with what intention you are doing is very important. Who knows the intention other than the Atma himself? So the Atma Karaka is very important planet in a chart. From there we get an idea of any karma, what was the intention behind it. Then we come to this beautiful world which we have created called Sansar. And in this Sansar we are born in a certain family. Some say he was born in a high class family, some say, depends, high class is again very relative, you know. If you are, let us say, born in a village like my grandfather's village, Balabhadrapur Sasana, and 50 years back you had a rickshaw, you would be a big shot in the village. But in Delhi, if you have a rickshaw, you are definitely not a big shot. So it is status is very relative to the place where you are born. So when people tell me that, oh, I was born in high class, I was born in low class, I just keep quiet because I don't know what is the place where you were born. How can I say what it is? How do we know from a chart whether somebody is born to a very high family or a low family? It depends upon the Arudha Lagna, because Arudha is perceived image. It is not true. There is nothing true about it. There is nothing called a high family and low family. It is something created by society for its own purposes. The first thing that we check up is the Lord of Arudha Lagna. If the Lord of Arudha Lagna is exalted, doesn't mean that he has a high ideal. High ideals we see from the Lagna. The Lagna we get to know whether the person has high ideals. If the Lagna Lord is exalted, the person has very high ideals. If the Lagna Lord is debilitated, he has very low ideals. How idealistic a person is known from the Lagna Lord, which is totally different from the Arudha Lagna. If the Arudha Lagna Lord is exalted, the person belongs to a very high family. If the Arudha Lagna Lord is debilitated, he belongs to a very low family. So imagine a situation where the Lagna Lord is exalted, but the Arudha Lagna Lord is debilitated. That means the person is born in a very poor family, but is having very high ideals. So both situations can occur simultaneously in any human being. Now, birth is one thing. Somebody may have been born in how many of these royal families we have seen? Born in a big royal family, ghoda, sab kuch hai sab. And in 50 years time, the guy has ruined all the money of his forefathers, been reduced to penury. He has just ate all that money. He was born like a ghost. He has eaten the father's money. How many cases we see like that? So what happens over there? The Lord of Arudha Lagna is exalted, but a debilitated or a bad planet is placed in the Arudha Lagna. So two things are happening. If the Lord is exalted, the Lord is very strong, you belong to a very high status. You are born in a very high status. A debilitated planet or a weak planet is there, you come down. Perception, the entire perception about you as a person is known from planets in the Arudha Lagna. If there are none, then we need to find planets aspecting the Arudha Lagna. If there are still none, then the Lord has to be taken. We have no other option. The higher the planet in the Arudha Lagna, the higher status you will have. Automatically, you are destined to have that. And status has nothing to do with wealth. But status also has something to do with wealth. Wealth does not create status. Status creates wealth. If a planet is exalted in Arudha Lagna, the person will first have a high status and then he will get wealth because of the status. There are many people who have tremendous income but a low status. The income comes from the 11th house from Arudha Lagna. They may have great income. But when it comes to status, nothing. There may be no linkage between the Arudha and the 11th summit. Who are the people who are helping the Arudha to gain is seen from the 11th house from Arudha Lagna. Who are the people who are always opposing your image are seen from the 7th from Arudha Lagna. Who are the people who dislike your rise or who are not destined to see you rise are seen from the 12th from Arudha Lagna. They will not see your rise or are not destined to see you rise. Are seen in the 12th from the Arudha Lagna. You see my point? Somebody has Arudha Lagna. I have a very close friend. He has become a MLA now in Odisha. Everybody said that this one is a gone case. I told one day you will be a minister. Everybody said gone case. I will say you will be a minister. Stick to politics, do whatever you want. But his father was not destined to see the sunrise. His whole life his father would only ask him one question. When will this person become straight? When will this son of mine become straight? I never had the heart to tell him after you die. I could not tell him. It is not possible to tell that to a father. I cannot tell a father that in your lifetime you are not destined to see your sunrise. It is very difficult to tell him. What will you say? You will be surprised. His father died. The year after his father's death, he became an MLA. Nobody was giving him ticket because he had a bad reputation. People thought he had a bad reputation. BJP is not very strong over there. So somehow through some connections and friends he got hold of a BJP ticket. He won the election. Then he's MLA now. He's doing well for himself. Arudha is in Virgo. 12th house from Arudha is? Which is the 12th house from Virgo? Simha. Father is not destined to see you. When the Arudha will rise, father will not be there. Unless Surya is in the Arudha, how can the father be there to see you rise? Okay? Similarly, when the Arudha Lagna is in the 10th house, let us say, which house is in the 9th? 12th from it. 9th, again father. Like that, not only must you see the signs or the planets in the 12th, also the houses in the 12th. If Arudha Lagna is in the 10th house, father will not live to see your rise. Sri Ram, his father died hoping to see his darling son on the throne. Arudha is in the 10th house, those of you who know Sri Ram's chart. But he could never see him because the 9th house is in the 12th from the Arudha Lagna. You have to keep all these factors in mind. Same story. Indira Gandhi, Arudha Lagna in 10th house. Yes, Rajiv Gandhi, Arudha Lagna in 10th house. Correct. The parent had to die and then only the other one got the yes. You are right. You are right. Correct. Everyone, Arudha Lagna in 10th house, this is destiny. The father will not live to see. Rajiv Gandhi, when he came to power, when he got to politics, father was already dead. Correct. All of them, you mark. So, Arudha is a very peculiar thing. Arudha has to do with your image. When your image will rise, what will happen? Now, what is death? How many of you have seen death? That is the death of a relative or death of somebody. You have seen. A few of you have seen death, right? In close quarters. What happens really? Something happens and the person finally doesn't walk anymore. So the animation is gone. The animation, the person was able to move around, talk to you, move his eyes, open his eyes, close his eyes, eat food. All that whole animation has come to an end. how did everybody else get to know that this person has died? Indira Gandhi is dead. You know Indira Gandhi is dead. How do you know? You have not seen? How do you know Zelko Indira Gandhi is dead? You saw. How do you know? She may be hiding in that bathroom. Through the newspaper. Right. So you all got information that she is dead. It was in the TV, it was in the news. Somebody informed you. That is all that you did, right? So what happened? As far as an image is concerned, one more. Image is like a file of information about a person. Another information file page was put into that. On so and so date, on so and so time, the person died under circumstances. That is all. So when we are seeing death from the Arudha, we are only seeing such a page being put over there. That from this day onwards, the person shall be taken to be without body. Based upon information available. How do you know somebody belongs to a high status? Somebody belongs to a low status. Have you seen their bank balance? Have you seen the house they have? What is status all about ultimately? Properties and wealth? Have you seen them? No, then how do you know they are? On the basis of information. Amitabh Bachchan has a very high status. How do you know he has a high status? Well, it's difficult to get through to him over the phone. That way Sanjay Rath has a high status. Even the Prime Minister you can get through, you can't get me. That is no logic. So, it is on the basis of available information that you decide whether somebody has a high status or not. Somebody is dead or not. It is all Arudha. So, your question of how come we are seeing death from Arudha? What is happening when Saturn is, when the Lagna is touching the Arudha Lagna? When the Lagna touches Arudha Lagna, some information about this person is bound to be made at that moment. What is AL dying? How can... Of course it lives after death. Do you have a photograph of your grandfather, great-grandfather? Is he alive? So the image has lived now after death. So that's the point. How do you know? The information that he died will be given at that moment when the Lagna touches the Arudha Lagna. That moment he will get the information. And that is the moment he will die. That is how you got the information. So Arudha is all about information about death. And the information of death is simultaneous with death. How can you know that somebody has died unless he has died? You're watching someone die. When the person dies, you get information that the person is dead. Now here we are talking when the Lagna touches the Arudha Lagna, the information of the death is being given. So Arudha has all to do with information about death. Information beyond death. Everything that has to do with the person's image. Right? A very good exercise for you will be to work on the chart of St. John. Have you heard of St. John? Please make a note. St. John is Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc, who died, you know how she died? She was burnt to death because they suspected her to be a witch. I wanted to study this chart of St. John as to why she was burnt on the stake as a witch and why after how much, 300 years is it, Shara? About 300 years, she was canonized as a saint. They realized that she is a saint. Please study this chart carefully. And one of the nice books you can read is George Bernard Shaw's St. John. Beautiful play. The epilogue is very interesting. When the Arudha touches Lagna, there is some information about Lagna. Lagna is moving all the time. Lagna is Gochara. So when Arudha touches when the Lagna comes and touches your natal Arudha, at that point of time, there is bound to be some vital information about you. Very crucial information about you.
Like the moment of death, Take one. Or the last one is the right.
Yes. The third one had this rule. The third one had this rule about the Arudha Lagna. पक्का है, खबर मिल जाएगा आपको. When someone dies, you also get to know that the person has died, isn't it? How do you get to know? Because the Lagna touched, Gochara Lagna touched the Arudha Lagna. There is a moment of death. Pardon? क्यों? Every day आपका लगन का गोचर हो रहा है. Every day there is a possibility of death from that point of view. Not that, some information about you.
What do you mean by information about?
Any information? The focus will come to your Arudha once a day. Once a day or twice a day it comes.
So actually, as per yoga scriptures,
Chitragupta, who is filing all documents about you, there is God has got a beautiful filing system. They are keeping files about you, all the information you do. Every day the filing is done once, when the Lagna is on the Arudha. Lagna here means Gochara Lagna, the moving Lagna. I mean, those of you who attended my Mrityu Gochara paper will know this, what I am talking about. Thank you. So please get that CD and listen to it again. So does it answer your question partly, not fully? Fully so और time लगेगा. Arudha has multiple meanings. Multiple. That which rises is Arudha, and that which rises alone is that which makes you happy. Everybody wants high status. Everybody wants high this thing. Question often arises is what is defined as high status? It is relative to others, no? So depending upon the planet in the Arudha, that is the image you will ultimately have, whether you like it or not. You can have a good image concerning the planet, or you can have a bad image concerning the planet. Choice is yours. It is your karma. If Rahu is in Arudha Lagna, you can be the cause of a big scandal. So you can become famous because of a scandal. If Rahu is in, for example, in a sign of Venus, then the scandal will be concerning sexuality. What is the most famous episode of Bill Clinton? Monica Lewinsky. In Bill Clinton's chart, Arudha Lagna is in Tula Rashi, ruled by Shukra. Rahu is in Taurus, ruled by Shukra. From Vrishabh Rashi, Rahu is aspecting Tula Rashi by Rashi Drishti. So, one of the, whether we like it or not, today when you remember Bill Clinton, you cannot forget Monica. Like when you remember Ram, you cannot forget Ravan. Can you forget Ravan? No. You have to remember Ravan, right? So when you remember Bill Clinton, you have to remember Monica. That is Rahu's permanent impact on his Arudha. That is such a page that has been filed on the Arudha that it is impossible to take it out. You must understand that Rahu has a permanent, planets aspecting the Arudha Lagna are bound to give those permanent pages on your image. Depending upon what it is and how it is, you are bound to get it. Okay? So if somebody has, there are many people who do that, but there are few people who get labeled.
planets which are connected by real, denoting the status, they would be seen as per their natural signification, ownership, or circle.
Very simple सा बात है sir. Ultimately, what is image? What is good image and what is bad image? Good image is that which in the minds of people sounds good. People perceive it as nice, pleasant. Bad image is that which is perceived by people as unpleasant. Frankly, if you ask me, there is nothing called good or bad. It is the funny mind which is playing jokes with you. If you are a sadhu inside, how does it matter? This is all karma, another karma. आप उसी कार्मिक साइकिल में घूम रहे हो, उसी माया में उछल रहे हो। नया कर्म क्या कर दिया, है ना? चाहे वो राहु हो या केतु हो, द स्टोरी इज द सेम, इट इज न्यू कर्मा, इट इज ऑल अनट्रूथ रियली। द होल थिंग इज वन बिग मूवी, सारा तो माया तो है। सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज गुड एंड व्हाट इज बैड। सो मून इज इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज मून इज इंडिकेटिंग द माइंड ऑफ द पीपल। सो चंद्र के जो दोस्त है वो अच्छा है, चंद्र के जो दुश्मन है वो सारे बुरे हैं। बड़ी सिंपल सा बात है। लोगों के मन में, इन द माइंड्स ऑफ पीपल, व्हाट इज गुड, व्हाट इज बैड। If Bill Clinton had something with Monica, आपका क्या जाता है? He's an adult, she is an adult. What is your problem? Are you God that you have to sit and write a story that it is good and bad? I ask each of you, what right do you have to point a finger at him? First look at yourself in the mirror. Have you not had affairs? Have you not looked at other women? Have you not at least thought of other women? Let us not say how good you are. If you were in his shoes, do you think you could have resisted yourself? बोलना बहुत आसान है, सही बता रहा हूं। किसी और पे फिंगर पॉइंट करना बहुत इजी है। एक बहुत बड़े बिजनेसमैन है दिल्ली के, ये मेरा जबान नहीं है, इट इज हिज वर्ड, ही इज अ वेरी बिग बिजनेसमैन। वो हंस के एक बार बोले, when this topic, those days the topic was hot and I had predicted that no Bill Clinton will come out of it and so, nothing will happen to it. Last में the impeachment was to be done. I stood by my prediction, nothing will happen, you will see, he will come out. So he called me, we were all sitting and talking, and so he was laughing and telling, he said, Sanjay, calmly think, everybody is blaming him. He's like this, he's like this, he's like this. You know why? I said, why? Because they didn't get Monica. That is the world. The corruption is in the mind completely. The minds of human beings are completely corrupted. Of normal people. सही है, वो उनका कमजोरी है, जो अपना कमजोरी है आप औरों में देख रहे हो। So what is good and what is bad? Who are you to decide anyway? So don't be judgmental. As astrologers, please do not be judgmental. That is my request. Do not sit in judgment. Somebody will come. Let's say tomorrow Bill Clinton comes to you. You will say, you have Rahu in this thing. I don't. No. You are supposed to help him. You will have 100 people coming tomorrow when they are in trouble, not when they are having a good time. So at that point of time, do not be judgmental about what the person is. That is my only request. वरना आप जजमेंटल हो गए तो फिर तो हो गया आपका ज्योतिष। किसी ने कुछ किया नहीं, आप सबको चोर बना के घुमा दोगे। Okay, if Rahu is in Mercury sign, Rahu in Venus sign was sexuality. Rahu in Mercury sign, wealth. Yes. Business or wealth, something related to that. Accounts. That. Rahu in the moon sign, control. Overshot your authority, overshot your kindness, you're cruel. That is, they may question your birth or question your status or question your legitimacy. Things like that. Rahu in a sun sign, definitely authority is questioned. Rahu in Jupiter sign, knowledge is strongly doubted. Knowledge and integrity, strongly doubted. Rahu in Saturn sign, your sincerity at work is doubted. Your sincerity is doubted. Yes. Skills, the ability to do work, whether you can do or not. The funny part is, in the horoscope of one person who got the President of India's gold medal for his brilliant engineering. After 5 years, somebody tried to show that he did not know engineering. महाराज की जय. Really, really, ताज्जुब. एक तरफ से उसको प्रेजेंट मेडल दे रहा और दूसरा से बोले इंजीनियरिंग नहीं आता इसलिए हो गया. This is a science of Mars. That is your violence. You will be accused of violence. हाँ. If it is in Scorpio, then definitely your sadhutva जिसको बोलते हैं, your purity in spiritual matters is going to be under serious cloud. Pardon? Yes. Aquarius. But Aquarius में राहु अपने घर में है, नेगेटिव थोड़ी है. Better. Only Saturn. Its hitting of Saturn is bad. राहु ने Saturn's house, I told you the result. वही पे ही मारेगा. Skills को लेके मारेगा. Skills, abilities. They will try to prove that you don't have the skill. अच्छा. Now we will start a beautiful exercise in the class. Let us see. How many have Rahu in the signs of Mars? 1, 2, 3. Right. They are the most non-violent people. You have Rahu in the sign of Mars. They are the most non-violent people. Look at Goel Sahib. How many of you think Goel Sahib is violent? Right? हाँ जी, आपका है ना? Rahu is in the sign of Mars. Only Rahu I want. है ना? How many of you think he is violent? नहीं है ना? Pardon? क्या तूने? क्या बात कर रहा है? So you think he is violent because he has become your neighbor? You know what, Sandeep? People with Rahu in a sign of Mars in reality are the most non-violent people. Are very non-violent. Do you agree or disagree? Are you violent?
They can be accused of it.
Pardon?
They can be accused.
But they can be accused of very terrible violence. Yes, if it is connected to the Arudha. If Rahu is not connected to the Arudha, it is not so. In female charts, if Rahu is in the sign of Mars, it is opposite to male charts where Rahu is in a sign of Venus. That means in male charts, when Rahu is in a sign of Venus, the man is accused of having relationship with other women. If women charts Rahu is in a sign of Mars, they could be accused of having a relationship with other men. When it is associated with Arudha Lagna, people will get to know. If it is not associated with Arudha Lagna, do all the evil, don't worry. Nobody will know. My point is, this is where the difference of Arudha Lagna is made. If it is Arudha Lagna is involved, your name will get associated with that. You could become famous or infamous because of this. ठीक है ना? हाँ जी. Clear? So see Bill Clinton case, he became world famous because of this. आगे कैसे नहीं है? Pardon? Yes. Falsely accused. Yes. Where is your Rahu?
Of course, in the Lord of Pandava.
No, where is your Rahu? Maharaj ki jai. Right. Kark Rashi. Did you see cruelty in your life? Actually, your memory is very weak. Yesterday also we were saying. 25 साल पहले क्या हुआ, कल पीछे 20 साल पहले क्या हुआ, 85 पे मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा. इतने दिन पहले की बात पूछ रहे हो. हाय, 20 साल इज टू ओल्ड. Yes, good. The mantras I've given you will help you remember everything back. And it is good, because one should not run away from one's problems. One should face it and rectify it. By erasing memories from the mind, one does not change the truth. Okay? So look at the Rahu. Why are you being accused? Let us say Rahu is looking at Arudha Lagna, people will get to know about your sin. If Rahu is not looking at Arudha Lagna, people will not get to know about your sin. But that doesn't mean you don't have a sin. My question is, the advantage of Jyotish is, we can know by seeing the sign occupied by Rahu, by the planets conjoining Rahu, we can know in which areas of our life we can sin, where we can fall. If we guard ourselves from there by staying away from that, we don't have a problem. In Ramakrishna Paramahansa's chart, we get the finest illustration. Thakur had Rahu exalted in Taurus. Right? What is the place where he can be accused? Sexuality. Sexuality. If from day one he decides, no matter what, I will keep brahmacharya. Matter ends. If he decides, see, Thakur had the same Rahu as that of Bill Clinton. The difference was Thakur kept perfect brahmacharya, Bill Clinton did not. You see how much Bill Clinton had to suffer in that area? Thakur never suffered in that area. What is the important lesson we have learned from here? Depending upon where Rahu is the area of your life that you need to guard. You have to be on your guard in that area of your life. Because that is the area where you can be hit, where you can fall, where you can sin. That is where your mind is losing its protective power. किसी के भी हॉरोस्कोप में देख लो, राहु जहां होगा वहां प्रोटेक्शन गया. ठीक है? Pardon? Knowledge is one thing, somebody said, I agreed with it. Manusya hatya, murder. Murder is also involved. You could be accused of murder. Right? Can somebody open the horoscope of Shri Jayendra Saraswati? राहु जिस घर में होगा, जिसके साथ होगा, वहां डेंजर रहेगा. आपका कौन से घर में सर? थर्ड हाउस में तो ही है. आपका तो थर्ड हाउस में रहेगी. आपका क्या चिंता है? Sopan, in which Rashi and Navamsha is Rahu placed?
Rahu is given to Rashi that is vegetative, and Rahu is in state.
Right, in the chart of Shri Jayendra Saraswati, the head of the Kanchi Kama Koti Peetam, Shankaracharya, is one of the highest pithas of Shankaracharya. The highest, huh? It was considered the highest by the people of the south. He is accused today of murder. What is he accused of? Murder. Where is Rahu? So, it's simple. It is in the sign of Jupiter, in Rashi and Navamsha. He is accused of murder. The head of Kamika. हुआ नहीं हुआ? देख लिया ना? वो तो माता लगा साहब, वो टेम्पल में वो सारा. You just see the no. The murder was in a temple. The murder that he is accused of is in a temple.
The Arudha Lagna is in Meena aspect of Rahu.
Yes. His Arudha Lagna is in Meena, aspected by this Rahu. So guaranteed, in this life, no matter how big he is, he will be accused. हुआ नहीं हुआ? देखो. इंदिरा गांधी, बट इंदिरा गांधी का शुक्र के साथ था साहब. योग शुक्र के साथ था, राहु के घर में भी है. Yes, yes. You open the horoscopes of all these people who have been accused of being responsible for the deaths of other human beings. You will find Rahu's connection with Jupiter by being in the sign of Jupiter. Sure. Blindly. In the case of such hypothetical Rahu, you suffer yourself. Chalo. I prove my point. My point is, you simply follow the simple methods I tell you. You don't have to break your head so much, and your predictions will be correct.
What's the difference between the Rasi versus the Navamsa placement? Because in the chart of Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi, I believe Rahu's in Guru Vamsa. That is joined or Guru or in Guru's sign in Navamsa.
In the Navamsa, it indicates either you will be murdered or you will murder, provided this self is involved. Both Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi were murdered.
Yes.
In his case also it is in Jupiter's Navamsa. Jayendra Saraswati.
Which half Navamsa?
Cholo, forget it. Let's get down to the class. तुम एनालिसिस शुरू कर दोगे, ये tangent में जाने में expert है. Stick to the. Okay. So my point was Arudha, as we were talking about Arudha, in the minds of the people. Nowadays newspapers are all become Rahu Ketu newspapers. There is no knowledge left. Only scandals and these sort of things are in the front page. When you buy a newspaper, as soon as you get the newspaper, take the first 4 pages and throw it away. Stay away from Rahu Ketu. Don't provoke it in your life. Early morning you wake up. You are supposed to read God's stories. You are supposed to read stotras, mantras. You are supposed to do your japa. Not that newspaper, you open the first page, so and so scandal, so and so fellow murdered, so and so fellow raped, because this fellow has done. Don't read it. Don't spoil your life. What you read is what you pray for. Don't read the newspaper in the morning, read it after a few hours. Not in the morning time. Avoid it. Please avoid it. These newspapers have become all third class. You don't get a good paper like the Singapore Times. But a beautiful news analysis will be there in the center page, with pictures and all, giving the entire history of a problem and its beautiful analysis. You don't get it in India, unfortunately. So, that is my point. You can order your life by avoiding Rahu as much as possible. And just as we talked about Rahu and areas where you can be accused of excesses, there is a planet called Ketu. Mistakes. I was cleaning my gun. I did not know bullet was inside. The thing went off and the Prime Minister of India died. How many people will believe you? Ketu, mistake. So Ketu shows the mistakes that you make. Places where you can make very, very serious mistakes are indicated by Ketu. Where is it that you make a mistake? When can you make a mistake? Number one, you overestimate something. Either you are overestimating yourself or you are underestimating the thing in front. Or there is not enough time given to do a work, so you do it hurriedly. Lack of attention. Mistakes can be made for various causes. Let us analyze. Just as we did in Rahu's case, let us do Ketu. Ketu in Jupiter's signs. Whenever I am talking of Jupiter, I am talking about human beings, right? Rahu was in Jupiter's signs. The person is being accused of murder. I told you it's in the chart you cite. Ketu in Jupiter's signs. He will make the mistake about judgment of human beings. All the time, his judgment of human beings is always wrong. If he says this person is good, that person will be bad. If he says this person is bad, that person will be good. He has no judgment. Right? Yes, then only you become a sadhu. You ask a sadhu, who is a bad man? Sare Bhagwan ke bacche hai bande. Very good. So the king and the honest man and the murderer are all the same. Very good. You are a sadhu. So no judgment. What is a judgment? What is judgment about good and bad people? No judgment. That is how he gets exalted. When Ketu gets exalted, you lose that judgment. You don't judge people. For you, everybody is good. Sab Bhagwan ke bande hain. Right? Thank you. So you have Ketu exalted. Now Ketu in Saturn sign, misjudgment about work. Your judgment about work is invariably wrong. Time judgment is very bad. Similarly, in Venus signs, your judgment about relationships is absurd. Like going and proposing to your best friend's girlfriend. Your best friend leaves you, she slaps you, your whole life is miserable. You see that absurd mistakes you do over there. Mercury signs, financial matters, you have no judgment at all. You will invest in things which is going to finish your... Like that. Depending upon the sign where it is, you can make a judgment. Okay? Both cases are away from the moon. Rahu and Ketu are not friends of the moon. So the public at large does not like these things. The people do not forgive mistakes. As astrologers, you must know certain things. The public at large does not like Rahu. They think this is cruel, bad, evil. It is diabolical. But in reality, it is your weakness, that is why it happened. People don't like Ketu. They are unforgiving towards mistakes. Public does not forgive mistakes. Nobody forgives in this world. Unfortunate. The sun is a very good friend of the moon. Since the sun is a very good friend of the moon, everybody likes the government. Everybody likes the government. Everybody likes ministers. Outwardly we may curse them, but if a minister says that I am prepared to help you, you will go running now. Everybody likes them because they are in power, powerful bureaucrats, powerful ministers. The sun indicates your administrative ability of order. Right? So naturally the moon will like it. So if the sun is strong on the Arudha, it shows a very strong role that you have with the government or governance. Or good in administration. Jupiter indicates your spiritual knowledge. They are the true teachers. Mercury gives very good reputation about business. Jupiter always gives excellent reputation in society, either in matters of money or in matters of spirituality. Very good reputation. The best reputation is that of Jupiter. So naturally it is welcome in the Arudha Lagna for everybody. Then we have Saturn, the worst reputation. He gives you the reputation of poverty. Whether you have wealth or you don't have wealth, that reputation you will enjoy. Nobody will ask you for money also if you have lots of money. They'll say, he kya dega, he's beggar. So like that, you have to judge the planets on the basis of their nature and their friendship with the moon to see what society likes and what society doesn't like. What part of the image is good, what part of the image is not good.
One question comes in.
Yeah.
Arudha Lagna, you have mentioned about Rahu separately and Ketu separately. But that is not only by being positive there, it can be also by aspect.
Yes.
So when it is by aspect, when the Rahu's aspect is by Rashi, Ketu would also be aspect by
Need not be. Need not be.
No.
I can give you a need not be.
Yes. But if it is, then both the things will be there. Suppose it is there, movable sign, and Rahu Ketu are in the sixth sector. So they both would take.
Yes, both is there.
Both would be aspect.
Both is there.
In case of Arudha Lagna, and Rahu is in Rishabha, Ketu's in Rishika, only Rahu's in.
Also only one. That's true. But many times both put this thing.
Depends. Most of the times both are involved. Most human beings are very stupid.
Yes, that's right.
Few human beings like Clinton are more intelligent. They don't make mistakes. When Ketu doesn't aspect the Arudha, he's sure. He doesn't make mistakes. At least to our knowledge, he doesn't. Everybody makes mistakes. To our knowledge, he doesn't because it is not aspecting the Arudha. You see the difference? Arudha Lagna is that by which कुछ छुपता नहीं है. हाँ? Ketu is mistake, Rahu is not mistake. No, knowingly he has done some. Where is your Arudha? Where is your Arudha?
Arudha is in Scorpio.
So does Ketu aspect that?
No.
So what can I do? I have to change your Arudha next birth. Pray to God. Make Ketu look at my Lagna. I need to make some mistakes. Very good. You have all the reputations. Good and bad. That means people can love you and they can hate you. They cannot ignore you. समझे ना? जितना ग्रह आरूढ़ को देखेगा, those people have to notice you.
So that's why it is Raj Yoga.
It is Raj Yoga.
So many planets in all the
Like Roosevelt, when FD Roosevelt was asked, when his secretary told him, sir, this time a record turnover. So many hundreds of people are driving down to hear you speak. We believe that this is going to be the greatest rally ever in the history of the world. Roosevelt was quiet. He turned to him and said, yes, double the number will come to see me hang. So the point, that's life. So, beautiful statement. So honest about life. That is that. You cannot escape the good reputation of a leader is one who ignores all this and goes ahead with what he has to do. Okay, so at least you got an idea about Arudha. So Ketu is aspecting the 11th from the Arudha Lagna. Yes, it's from a sign of Mercury. Oh, good. Do you make money when other people make business mistakes?
No. Maybe yes, but maybe they make mistakes and then they buy something from me.
Ketu is giving money. Rahu and Ketu are giving good money. Clear हो गया? So you are clear about Arudha now, slightly at least? Okay. So the same Arudha I use for status, same Arudha. Let us see the chart of our Prince Charles. Prince Charles है ना? Prince Charles है ना उसका नाम? London का Prince Charles है. हाँ, Prince Charles. His Arudha Lagna is in Libra with Surya. Surya is debilitated. No? So what does it mean? He has caused great reputation for the royal family, right? Kark Lagna था. Kark Lagna, Surya in the 4th house, in Arudha Lagna in debility. Okay, one thing is true. Surya is royal family associated with government, with governance. But what is the debilitated Surya doing in Arudha? What does it mean? What is he going to do in this life? बाप राजा का खा के डुबाएगा. Who will help him ultimately to improve his image and the Arudha and the image of the family? Shukra will help him. Shukra is this second marriage. आप देखो ना, ये second marriage के बाद he will rise. He will rise like anything. वो उपपद से हमने कैलकुलेट किया था. Actually, second marriage is his first spouse. He knew her before he met Diana. सबसे पुराना कहानी है ये. Well, yes, that is how the sun will come out. आप देखो ये शादी के बाद his reputation has shot up. It will rise further. She is doing. गवर्नमेंट से पैसा मिलेगा, चाहे कुछ करो नहीं करो. ये है, they get that princely purse or whatever they call it. I think it was in Virgo, is it? Let's check. I'm not sure. I think it's Virgo. His charts is, I can't remember so much. Everybody's charts, you just look at me and ask, where was the Papa, where was the planet, where was the planet? I'm expected to tell from my memory. कितना याद रखेगा? How many charts can a person do? You all also should remember some charts once in a while.
So only because Arudha Lagna Lord is debilitated in Parivartana, that's why he is not coming from the Purva family. Otherwise, in his chart, Arudha Lord of the Arudha Lagna is debilitated, which was indicated coming from the Purva family. So because it is Parivartana, that is reversed. Otherwise, how can we explain that from the Lord family?
Correct.
Also, the chart times when the Lord of Arudha Lagna takes over, the keep its place in himself house, then again the first couple of foot. Keep that in mind.
Correct.
Himself house.
6th, 8th or 12th. If the Lord of the Arudha Lagna is in 6th, 8th or 12th, Karaka Shani, thoda use the standard Jyotish rules. The person will come from a poor family. If the Lord of 7th house is in 6th, 8th or 12th, spouse will be from a poor family. If the Lord of Upapada is 6th, 8th or 12th, spouse could be from. So you have to see the various factors. Okay. So the Arudha part is now understood better. Good.
Parashar puts a lot of weight of Kendra Lord in Arudha Lagna in the sloka Swarudat Kendra Asana. Why is that? What is so important about the Kendra sloka?
Very simple. As I told you, when I was talking about Arudha, I was talking about the moon. Right? Now, fortunately, Parashara knew something about geography. Fortunately. Now, when we study geography, we realize something. The moon, wherever the moon is, it causes tides. Are you aware of the lunar tides? What is the peculiarity of the lunar tides? Can I have a paper? I'll just draw it and show it to you. Thank you, sir. Now, let's look at the orbit of the Earth. Let's say this is the Earth. Okay. And this is the water. Now, there is this Earth. And this, what you are seeing over here, is the water. And the water is bulging in two places. It bulges over here. There is a bulge. And there is a depression in these. And this is happening because of the gravitational pull of the moon. It's a very basic geographical concept. This has been known to our ancients for time immemorial. I don't know for how long. It's very simple. This is the basis of the tides. By the time since the Earth is rotating, by the time it goes around and comes again, there is a forward motion of the tide, and that forward motion is exactly 24 minutes. The successive tides caused by the rotation are exactly 24 minutes of time span. And that 24 minutes of time span is called one ghatika. So the time measure of one ghatika, which is used in Vedic astrology, or which was used by the Indians ages back, was very, very scientific. I asked today, where do you get that 1 minute and 1 second from? How do you arrive at 1 minute? Well, 24 hours make a day, and 60 minutes make an hour, and 60 seconds make a minute. Right. Why do you use 24 hours? Then, fortunately, they borrow my concept and say, you taught us horas, there are 24 horas in a day. and we know how to calculate. It's very smart. But what is natural about the 1 minute? The time measure of 1 hour, what is natural about it? Do you have some scientific thing happening, a geographical thing happening, astronomical thing happening in that 1 hour? No. The thing was, this lunar tide was moving at the rate of 24 minutes. This 24 minutes was taken as standard time measure in Jyotish, and this was called 1 Ghatika. And 60 Ghatikas is equal to 1 day. How about that? Do you think this time scale is better? Or is the modern time scale better? You were there in the West Coast when I gave the Kemadruma Yoga paper. Where were you? When I talked of Kemadruma Yoga, weren't you there?
I wasn't there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Those of you who want the details of this, there's a paper I gave, Kemadruma Yoga. I explained the whole geography and the whole mathematics behind this. About the tides and all that. Please study.
But I don't think you were explaining that. You
Yes,
did.
he did. He just took in the paper. Yes.
How many of you say I did not explain? Please raise your hand, starting with Zoran. Come on, raise your hand. I want to know how many of you didn't read my paper.
No, I was listening to you actually. You didn't go to the paper. No, you explained everything, a lot.
Of course it is
You
not.
explained that.
Those of you who have read it will never say. The slides are there. Everything is there. Please read the papers. Okay, now, this tide causes a high tide over here and two high tides and 2 low tides. The high tides are in the first house and the 7th house from the moon. And the low tides are in the 4th house and the 10th house from the moon. It's very simple. No, you've been too busy. You're going to read. Okay. Do you see that? Do you understand my point? So what does it mean? Height, now remember this equation. Moon is mind. Mind is emotion. Emotion is purely based upon mind. If you have a mind, you are an emotional person. People without minds are people without emotions. These days you see a lot of movies in which the hero and the villain are almost similar. Both have no emotions, which is wrong. There must be an emotional element for a good human being. Okay? So, the first house and the 7th house from the moon are the houses of high emotion. The 4th house and the 10th houses from the moon are the houses of low emotion. Especially the 10th house is most crucial because this is called the Karma Kshetra, the place of work. And in work, you are not supposed to have emotion. You are supposed to do your karma without any emotion. Now think of tides. At 4 places we have tide changes. One is here, high tide points, and 2 low tide points. So which houses are these? First house, 4th house, 7th house, and 10th house. These are Kendra houses, right? So the concept of Kendra or quadrants has come from the lunar tides. From where did Kendra come? How did you know that these houses are important houses? They have come from the lunar tides. And the first house and the 7th house are the houses of high emotion. So naturally, in your horoscope, the first house, the house of maximum emotion is me, myself. And the 7th house, my spouse, my partner. These are the 2 houses of high emotion. Why the house is not having high emotion? First house is what? It does not have water. Without water there is no emotion. Emotion is a Jala Tattva phenomena. 4th house does not have emotion. You don't have much emotion towards what we call home. No, you don't have much emotion. You have emotion towards boyfriend. These houses you take for granted. Your sama about these houses. Your family comes to your second house. Each house you can see.
So,
there is no emotions in these houses. There are duties over here. Out here there are emotions, first and seventh.
so coming.
Very simple सा concept है केंद्र का. It's a very simple, very straight concept. Now we know that the moon is like the Arudha Lagna. It is the significator of the Arudha Lagna. So naturally, the kendras from the moon are the most important houses. One. Is it clear now? That is what Parashara was trying to say. That the kendra from the Arudha Lagna are very important.
So, how do we use this?
How do you use it?
Yeah.
Ask Parashara.
It says the lords are very important.
The lords are very important. That's so you take it as important. If naturally, Lord of Arudha Lagna is very important. You said just now. If the Lord of Arudha Lagna is exalted, all those things you know. That's how you use it.
So for Arudha, we take the root of that planet and
Arudha of that planet or the Arudha? Swa can be also Lagna. Swa Arudha is Arudha Lagna, is it not? Swa Arudha Kendra Nathanam. The Sanskrit sloka Parashara is Swa Arudha Kendra Nathanam. Right? Brihad Parashara, I think I remember. So Swa जो है self है. Self is Lagna. Swa Arudha is Arudha Lagna. Kendra is Kendra from the Arudha Lagna. Nathanam lords. See the placement of these lords to see how it is before Kendras of your life. If the Lord of the Arudha Lagna is exalted, your home is very strong. If the seventh house is having exalted planets, the people you will have excellent friends who will always stand by you, support you. Your doors will open up. The doors of heavens will open up for you. It is your interaction with society. If 10th house from Arudha is having excellent planets, your karma is superb. If 4th house is happening, your bandhus are superb. क्या चाहिए आपको और? आपके 4 केंद्र बलवान हो गए, आपको और क्या चाहिए? Kendra lords will of course. Kendra lords we are seeing for what? For the Kendra only, na? Yes. He just told of one stanza. You read the other stanzas, he is talking about planets in the 7th house. If a planet is exalted in the 7th house from Arudha Lagna, it will give the highest Raj Yoga to the person. See, Arudha Lagna shows your birth time. If the Lord of Arudha Lagna is, you were born in a rich family. So what? What did you do in this world?
now it is very clear.
अच्छी मती का होगा, मून है इसलिए मती अच्छा होगा. तो 7th house में एक भी ग्रह exalted हो जाए. You need just one exalted planet in the 7th from Arudha Lagna, or you need planets like Brihaspati and Shukra. Whichever planet is sitting in the 7th from Arudha Lagna, you proceed in his direction and the doors of heaven will open up for you. Who are the people opposing? Are people in your house, not outside. I'll give you an example. Somebody is, it is a door, I am inside this room. This room is having 4 doors. Door 1 is Lagna, door 2 is 4th house, door 3 is 7th house, door 4 is 10th house. Have you seen the Bhupura? Have you seen the Bhupura that is drawn for most yantras? It has 4 doors. Okay? Now, the most important door by which I go into my private quarters and come back and I interact with my family is the first door, Lagna door, Arudha Lagna door. By which the main door of my Arudha, by which I go and interact with the whole world, that is the 7th house from Arudha Lagna. The 4th and 10th doors are ancillary doors. These do not bring about changes because they do not involve a high emotional content. They indicate continuation of something. I am going to office, every day I am going to office, so what? That is from the 10th. I am eating food, every day I am eating food, so what? 4th from Arudha Lagna. So 4th and 10th does not involve a high emotional content from Arudha Lagna. These doors are something which are opening and closing regularly. What matters most is the 7th from Arudha Lagna. The 7th from Arudha Lagna will decide whether you are going to make a difference in this planet or you will just live through it. If Jupiter is there in the 7th, Brahmins will help you very much. Top Brahmins will help you. If Ketu is there, sadhus may help you. If Rahu is there, foreigners will help you. Saturn is there, people of the working classes or hard-working people, those classes, industry labor, industry will be your source. It's a very important thing. No, मैंने इसको वादा किया था. I had promised him he can ask me any one question before he goes. I will answer it. So he had kept it. He is asking me now.
I have asked this question for so many people.
सब nobody knows that. कोई नहीं बोलेगा आपको करेक्ट. कोई आपको नहीं बोलेगा. आप देख लो. आप कोई भी हॉरोस्कोप को देख लो. Arudha Lagna से 7th में. The 7th house from Arudha Lagna is more important than the Arudha. And never have you heard this statement before. Make a note of it and check it up. Mars is there, then engineers and fighters will help you. Pardon? Brothers can help you. They hold the door. You must understand one thing. No, brothers, one sec. Please. There is a door, right? If somebody is standing on the door, you can't go out. And unless you go out, you cannot succeed in this world.
Who's blocking the door?
You are inside this room. Let us assume somebody is standing on the door. That means that person is blocking the door, na? Unless that person moves from the door, you cannot go out.
So how do you make this distinction between the opposition and exhaustion?
One second. If the sun is in the 7th from Arudha Lagna, it is your father who is standing on the door. Your own father, nobody else's father. Moon, your own mother. Mars, your own brother. Like this, you can find out the people who are standing on the door.
Sometimes you say that they will oppose you. It's from the 7th point, when planet is sitting, they will oppose you. Suppose if Mars is in the 7th house from your Arudha Lagna.
Must I listen to you or will you listen to me? Will you listen to me? Please listen to me. If the planet is in the 7th house, they are standing on the door. That was I was talking about who is standing on the door. Na? Sun is there, father is standing on the door. Moon is there, mother is standing on the door. Mars, brother is standing on the door. Like that. Different characters will show different people standing on the door. Naturally, he who is standing on the door is blocking your path. Because you have to go out from the door. And who is blocking your path is the one who is really opposing you. Your real opposition is that one. There are two ways. You can destroy him and go out. Make friendship, request him to move and go out. Two ways. Two ways that I know of. Chanakya knows 4 ways. Sama, Dama, Danda, Veda. Ketu foreigners.
These plants would be the cause for your water growth. And the growth comes by obstacle.
If the malefic planets are debilitated, weak, the opposition to you is tremendous. Zanko, what is so funny? Please change your seat and come and sit here. Come sit here.
And I get to go to my sutta.
Come sit here. Concentrate on the class. Come. No talking in class. Concentrate on what is being taught. Okay. So, planets in the 7th from the Arudha Lagna end up as your opposition if they are weak. Whatever I have told about 7th from Arudha Lagna for own mother, own father, own brother will work exactly as the 7th from Upapada for father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother-in-law. When you are seeing from Upapada, you have to use the word in-law. Take this chart. Cancer Lagna. Cancer Lagna. Just 2 planetary positions I will tell you. She is a very powerful minister. I dare not tell more than that. She will probably tie me like a bear. She likes animals, so she'll chase me around. Mercury is in the 3rd house in exaltation. Moon is in the 9th house. Where is Upapada? Upapada is in 3rd house. है ना? वर्गो में आ गया. Upapada वर्गो से 7th. वर्गो का नाम. See the lord of Upapada. Exalted. In its own sign. How is the marriage of this person? If that Mercury is really that strong, she will marry a prince. So she truly married the Prince of India. You can guess whose chart this is. Can anyone say? Shabash. Okay. Who is sitting in the 7th house from Upapada? Moon. Moon is mother. But because it is Upapada, you have to add the word in-law. So who is sitting on the door? Darwaje pe kaun khada hai? Mother-in-law. No matter what she will try, can she please the mother-in-law? No chance.
Moon here would be exalted.
How?
You said Selena, that would be Cancer.
Cancer Lagna? No. नहीं आरूढ़ लगना है. देखो कर्क लगना है. मरकुरी 3rd हाउस में आया. उपपद 3rd में आ गया. उसके ऑपोजिट में रहा मून. सिंपल. 2 प्लैनेट पोजिशंस. मैं चार्ट देखे मुझे इम्पॉसिबल है. मुझे इम्पॉसिबल. मदर इन लॉ विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट अंडर एनी सर्कमस्टांस. आप कुछ भी कर. Moon Mercury opposition, impossible. You can't change it. It is high tension yoga. Yes.
She doesn't have any planets in the 7th house for years.
Oh. हाँ सर. सही कहा आपने. इनको बोलना मुश्किल है. So the basic point that I'm trying to tell you is when we talked of mother-in-law, moon was what? Mother-in-law, no? So mother-in-law will stand at the door whether you like it or not, even if the moon is exalted. But other people who are ruled by the moon, now who are indicated by the moon? Yesterday I was talking something about moon and animals. Pets, animals. What kind of people are indicated by the moon? Social. Right. She is very much involved in that. You can see that. Those of you who know of her know that that is the area where she has succeeded in her life. That area opened the doors for her. All doors had closed down for her. That area of life opened no new doors for her. So you see that everything.
Same planet, the Karakattva, the person will be the one blocking.
So you see,
Karakattva of the sky.
it is the same moon. The moon is at the door. You cross over your mother-in-law, you will find the moon waiting for you. But from the mother's side, mother-in-law's side. But here we are talking of the Arudha. Anyway, let us see another chart.
There is an aspect of no planet, but only aspect.
Then there is hope. There is hope. There is hope. We take the Lord then. The Lord is very crucial. The Lord of these Kendras is the most crucial planet. Appease him all the time, and all obstacles to your life will vanish. Who is standing? Who is blocking your way? He is standing on the door. Appease him. साम दाम दंड भेद अपीस करके उसको साइड कीजिए, आप निकलो अपना रास्ते से. It is the way. You have to walk. That is your way. That is your road. If your road is blocked, what do? Either you jump over it, or request him to open the gate, or break the gate and go. You have to do one of the three. If it is exalted, they will open the gate for you, they will throw flowers on you and take you on the path. If the planet is an own house, you will have to request him, please. If it is an inimical house, you will have to break it and go. There is no option. Am I being understood? You have Sam, Dam, Dand, the four options of the planetary positions are the four options that you will have to do. To understand this, let us take some horoscope so that you understand it. Let us take the horoscope of, let us say, Indira Gandhi. Where is Indira Gandhi's Arudha Lagna? 10th house. What is there in the 7th house from Arudha Lagna? There are no planets. Who is the Lord? Shukra. What do you think Shukra will indicate for her? Sister. Does she have sister? No. Fortunately, she doesn't have a sister. What else? Spouse? You think the spouse was standing on her way? Sri Jatak. No, that is Vivaha. Vivaha is different from Kalatra. बच्चा होने के बाद फिर क्या जुपिटर रह गया? Jupiter is responsible for marriage so long as children are not born. After children are born, Brihaspati will say, now it is time for my mantras. You can go to hell. Naturally, फिर क्या जरूरत है? पुत्र कारक, पुत्र are born, फिर क्या रह गया? This you must bear in mind. साहब ये जो कारकत्व है श्री जातक में must bear in mind. Jupiter is significator only till the time the children are there or born. If the children lose the significance, तो क्या रह गया? 9th Lord Jupiter told her first, ठीक है, you can marry. The same 9th Lord told her, leave that fellow.
Do we in any case take into account the indicator of that particular candidate of Arudha Lagna?
Yes.
Like in the case of the Kursi, the identity of Bhava, Lord of Bhava.
We have to take significator. Correct. Here in this case, we took spouse for Indira Gandhi, no? ठीक है? So what did Indira Gandhi do? What will she do? Where is Shukra in her chart? It is in Dhanush Rashi. With whom? With debilitated Rahu. So what did she do? Indira Gandhi Kark Lagna, Saturn Atmakaraka in Lagna, Moon in 7th house, Arudha Lagna in 10th house, Jupiter in 11th house, Pitri Karaka, 6th house, Amatya Karaka Shukra with Rahu, 12th house Ketu, और क्या रह गया?
Fifth house,
Sun and Mercury in fifth and Mars is second. हो गया? You are supposed to remember all these simple charts. Standard nativity 1, 2, 3, 4. You should remember all these.
there's a picture card and the same things are there.
So replacement हो रहा है वहाँ पर चल कर रहा है. So do you get that? Seventh lord from Arudha Lagna?
So basically, if planets are there, that's what you're thinking about.
She will perceive. See, her husband was not a problem. I don't know at least. She will be made to believe or perceive that she has to leave the husband to do politics. And because that Shukra is with Rahu and debilitated Rahu, how will she deal with the problem? If it is exalted, there will be flowers and doors will open. If it is debilitated, you will have to break the door and go. So she broke the door and went out. हाँ तो तुमने बोला है तो मैं तो पूछ रहा हूँ क्या करेगा भाई तुमने कहा कुछ you have to tell me when you make a statement you must say that way everybody can see this place on the night. We are just going by one principle. Is it with an exalted planet or debilitated planet? तुमने बोला ninth, so I wanted to know what is the new thing you have to say. I said you were asking another question. I said तंग करके रखा है. Focus.
If Surya or Chandra are in seventh from Arudha Lagna, father and mother are English to be worshipped. How you can understand breaking the door?
Don't break the door, stay at home.
We are not supposed to search them.
No, you must stay at home. You should not do anything. Whatever they say, you should do. Emperor Aurangzeb. Do you have his chart? Do you have the chart of Emperor Aurangzeb? Why do you need computer for this chart? Kumbha Lagna.
Surya is in 9th.
Correct. Debilitated Surya is in 9th house. Venus is in 11th house. Where is Saturn? Saturn in 4th.
Read out the chart so that we get right.
We all have it in the last step.
Listen to flow.
Where is Saturn? Where is Saturn? Saturn is in the 4th house with Moon. Kumbha Lagna, Shani Chandra Yoga in the 4th house. Okay. Where is Rahu? Right, Rahu is in the 12th house. Where is the Arudha Lagna? It can be in the 4th or it can be in the 11th house. Which among the two is stronger? 4th is stronger. So take the 4th as the Arudha Lagna. What is there in the 7th house? There are no planets in the 7th house. What Rashi is that? Vrishchik Rashi. Who is the lord of that Rashi? Mangal. Will he perceive that his brothers are standing on the door?
Yes.
What did he do to his brothers? He made kebab. That's how kebab came to be known in this world. So he won't eat kebab anymore. See? It's so obvious. You see that? So obvious. Yes. It's Kumbha Lagna with Jupiter in Lagna. He's a highly intelligent person. Mars in 7th house. Guru in Lagna, Mars in 7th house. Very intelligent. Brilliant man. Great people. Greatness is seen in the... Yes, Guru. Like Sri Ram, you know.
No.
That Sri Ram had Guru in Lagna.
This is Kumbha Guru.
So what?
Big difference.
Much more like Rama.
Much more, yes, Rama. Rama is also very bright.
Yes, Kashyapa. Okay, my point, the point I want to tell you, see the basic point I want to tell you, रास्ते में कौन खड़ा है और उसको क्या करना है. You see Mangal was standing on his way, and what is Mangal, in which house it is? From the Lagna? 7th house na? Maran Karak Stan. What is Mangal? Where is Mangal in the horoscope? Mangal is in Maran Karak Stan. Maran Karak means you have to kill your brothers. There is no other way. They have to die. So Aurangzeb did what his horoscope told him to do. What is his fault? Yes. Sana with Rahu. Yes, I agree. But she didn't have to kill him. He died. When did he die? Do you know how he died? Why you don't know? How come you know everything about every other member of the Gandhi family? This one you did not know anything. Why? What is so Rahu about it? Yes?
Rahu is in Zarus.
क्या बात है?
Aspecting Arudha Lagna.
Anyway, he died of a normal heart attack in 1960. Just before she entered politics. No, I'm not thinking anything. I'd like to enjoy my cup of tea. I don't want to spoil it. I'm not making any comments about anybody. The rest is for you to understand from the chart. I have taught the principles. Rahu is in a Jupiter's house. It is for you to think, apply your mind. मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा इसके बाद. I've given examples. मैं नहीं बोलूंगा. आप बोलोगे ये बोला है इसको अंदर करो. सीधी बात है. मैं पढ़ जाऊंगा उसमें. I've taught you all the principles. आप देख लो आंखों के सामने. मैं और नहीं बोलूंगा. बार बार बोलता हूँ फंसता हूँ मैं. अच्छा, let us see some other horoscope. हिटलर को देखे बगैर थोड़ी नहीं जाएगा. वो कितना गाली खाया मेरे से. एडोल्फ हिटलर, लिब्रा तुला लगना, शुक्र इन 7th house. अच्छा, now let us resolve this dispute. That is a big dispute. Arudha Lagna should be in Lagna or Arudha Lagna should be in 10th house. Right? Some people say if the Lagna Lord is in 7th house, Arudha Lagna will be in Lagna. Some other people say Arudha Lagna should be in the 10th house. There are two schools of thought in this. Right? If you take the riders, it is coming in 10th house. So या तो Arudha Lagna तुला में है, either it is in तुला or Arudha Lagna is in Kark. We have two options. Right? If Arudha Lagna is in Tula, who are sitting on the door? Shukra sitting out there. You have Mangal sitting out there. You have Buddha sitting out there. And you have exalted Surya over there. So what does it mean? If Surya is exalted in the door, means Surya will open the door, throw flowers and say, please come and join politics and lead our nation to great victory. Did that happen? Yes, it happened or no? It happened. Who welcomed him? No, nobody welcomed him. He had the stormtroopers marching down Berlin. And before the general could do anything, he was out of it. He had not got majority. He never got a majority.
Because majority after that he was elected.
Who?
He was elected second time.
Second time there was no opposition left. कहाँ opposition बाकी रह गया था? His stormtroopers ने तो सारा storm कर गया था. There was no opposition left. He cleaned everybody out. Yes, he killed everybody. Even his most trustworthy man, he killed him also. Who was left? So how can we say Surya is opening the door? No. Take the Arudha Lagna in Cancer. Who is always going to oppose him? Shani. And where is Shani? Karka Rashi. Manakarsana from there. Oh really? I didn't see Manakarsana from there. Thanks. I'll start seeing from now. So the point here is that Shani is his opposition. Is the opposition strong? Where are we expecting opposition from him? From orthodox. Saturn is orthodox. Orthodox people will always oppose him. Always. The main opposition to him will come from orthodox. Is this not correct? If you see Dashas also, you will see it was Saturn who killed him. Okay, let us assume Saturn has to finally destroy him. How will Saturn destroy him? Who will kill him? A lame person will kill him? Roosevelt was lame. Who ultimately destroyed him? Roosevelt. Hitler could not have been destroyed by Europe. America had to come to destroy him. And it was Roosevelt, a lame person. Is it not Saturn? Dekho, how beautiful it is. So what am I teaching you now? I am teaching you Raj Jyotish. Check the 7th house from the Arudha. Instigate it and finish your enemy. That is the reason why people don't give their horoscopes. In olden days, people would not give the horoscopes to everybody. They would keep it closely. So, how you can use the knowledge.
Meditation in 5 years you can make the husband. Just give us time and then adjust some circles and you will get the husband. And he after used to say, you see, how are you and Rashi are moving to confused? But they don't understand that Rashi are moving something else. How are you? So that is what we do there.
सही है
आपको भी देखिए इसके बारे में आपको देखा होगा नहीं वो ब्लॉक करेंगे
अच्छा
वो जाता है वो दिखा देते हैं
Or we should go and meet him. We will go after all of them. We will go tomorrow. Next week we should go. अरेंज क्या करना है? चलना है, गाड़ी में बैठ के निकल जाना और क्या है? Please enjoy some tea. अच्छा, any questions on this topic of Arudha? See, there is a good side to the knowledge, there is a bad side to the knowledge. Use the good side and help people. If you want to become Rahu, then use the bad side, your funeral, not mine. क्या हुआ? उसमें गुरु और शुक्र भी अगर हैं तो फैंटास्टिक है. If Jupiter and Venus are in the 7th from Arudha, it is Rajyoga of the highest order. बाकी सारे राज्यों को फेंक दो. You don't need. You keep all the other Rajyogas. Only the 7th from Arudha. That one Rajyoga will sustain you for the rest of your life. Comfortably you live like a king. Ultimately that is what matters ना. किसका? Jupiter and Venus by nature are great. Jupiter and Venus by nature are very great benefic planets. They are great. चंद्र का exaltation कहाँ होता है? शुक्र के घर में हो रहा है. और गुरु is known to be the one getting exalted in Chandra's house. तो गुरु और शुक्र आरूढ़ के सप्तम में हो. It is the best thing. That is why Parashara clearly gives a dictum. Jupiter and Venus in the 7th from Arudha, don't think so much. Very good. It is the blessing of the Gurus. Now you remember. You must remember every line of Brihad Parashara. See, he asked me a random one point. I should be able to tell the shloka and every connecting shloka. Every connecting shloka I should be able to tell. Then only I can say I know Brihad Parashara or Shastra. ये थोड़ी है. Every shloka you have to know, inside out. He asked me one shloka. Every connecting shloka I gave. What Parashara meant, what is the inner meaning of the shloka, with examples. Clear? Okay, now we will do some exercises. let us say, I will go one chart and I'll ask some questions to some people. Let us say, some famous person, Bill Clinton. ठीक है ना? Arudha Lagna is Tula with Guru in the Arudha Lagna, Jupiter in the Arudha Lagna. Mars is in the 12th house from Arudha Lagna in Kanya with Shukra. Rahu is sitting in the 8th house from Arudha Lagna in Vrishabha. Surya is in the 11th house from Arudha Lagna. What else is left? Ketu is in the 2nd from Arudha Lagna in Scorpio.
Shani is in Karka.
Shani is in Karka Rashi. Buddha is in Karka Rashi. Okay. Moon is in Mesha. Now I told you 12th, that is Virgo. I have only told planetary positions from Arudha. ठीक है, तुला से बताया. Now the first question that I ask, देवव्रत जी थोड़ा समझाएंगे. What is the meaning of the moon in the 7th from Arudha Lagna? Mother? समझ में नहीं आया. What was, I didn't understand.
Mother stands in the door.
Mother stands in the door. Okay. How will mother stand in the door? Friendly. So, mother will help him very much. No. Mother got married again. His father died when he was before he was born. He was 4 months pregnant. His mother was 4 months pregnant. His father died. And after he was born, his mother married again. So in what way has mother helped him?
According to the chart, the mother should have been an obstacle to him.
Yes. Mother should be an obstacle to him. And frankly, the saddest days of his life, he is very attached to the mother. Lagna, Lord is Karka Lagna. He is very attached to the mother. But moon is in the 7th from Arudha Lagna. His mother married second time. The stepfather was a real nuisance for him. Real nuisance in his life. So you can see, his mother became a nuisance in his life, stood on the door for him because of the stepfather. Who is the Lord of that Rashi? Mars. Now, Mars means trouble from younger brothers, right? Are you aware that his younger brother was a chronic drug addict?
Right.
When the Lord of the opposition, he is called the opposition leader. Like in government you have opposition leader, the 7th Lord is the opposition leader. When he is sitting in the 12th house with debilitated Shukra, all the opposition will melt automatically. So the entire opposition, basically it was his younger brother. But from where did the younger brother come? If his father died before he was born, from where did the younger brother come? It was step brother. अब समझिए प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रहा है यहाँ पर? And he is sitting in the 12th from Arudha Lagna, means the opposition will completely vanish. देखो, he himself self-destruction. आपको कुछ नहीं करना, वो अपने आप स्वयं डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगा. In the 12th from Arudha Lagna, self-destruction हो जाएगा उसका, वो स्वयं खत्म हो जाएगा. हाँ? Arudha Lagna is also in 12th house. So, he will also self-destruct because of Shukra. When Arudha Lagna is in 12th house, Lagna Lord in 12th house, the person is his own enemy, worst enemy. And because of Shukra matters, एक flaw रहेगा ये व्यक्ति में, Shukra's flaw. Here only one mistake is, one weakness. Shukra's weakness, Lagna Lord in 12th. He was his own enemy. Enemies from outside could not touch him. Nobody could touch him. He was so powerful. So competent.
I will draw attention here. When Lagna Lord is sitting in the second house, then what happens to us?
Correct. Huh?
Mark will act as fourth on the mark.
लग्नेश 12 को गया ना शुक्र, तो क्या हो रहा है वहां पर? देखो आप, लग्नेश 12, लग्नेश इज नॉट द 12th हाउस, हाउस ऑफ अनडूइंग, सेल्फ अनडूइंग. So he will undo himself. How he will undo himself? Through Shukra, through women. Because he had all those relationships, that is the reason why he caused his own self-undoing. Many relationships. Almost every city he has visited, one woman crossed up saying, he has slept with me also. Answer. See my point? This one thing, otherwise, no. What a personality. Yes. Total Venus problems. Okay. What is the meaning of Sun in the 11th from Arudha Lagna? Politics, body favorable hoga. Income from father, that is, father died even before he was born. So government. हाँ सही है. The moon is aspecting the 11th from Arudha Lagna. That is masses, what you are talking about. Masses, mass popularity. Gajkeshri hai 1/7 na. His fame is unmatchable. Jupiter, there is a warmth in him, that warmth of Jupiter.
The only one president, living president, recent memory, who even after relinquishing the president house, continues to be active worldwide. The only president. All of the people came, Carter came, Reagan came, they all went into a glamour, but not the person active everywhere.
No, what is people where they want to his line, so you can't say everybody is he has the chance.
What he is saying that there is no comparison.
All over the world. All over the world. All over the world. He was all over the world.
He may have not remembered because of the secret case.
सही है. वो जूनियर नहीं होता तो सीनियर को कौन याद करेगा? तो उसको फॉरगॉटन है. हाँ, once in a while some statements.
I may again very subtle point. If Lagna Lord goes to second house, you are showing the seed of your own destruction.
Correct.
And when Lagna Lord is going to the 10th house, then you will try to come out.
Correct. Fact, sir. Lagna Lord Union का in राशि चार्ट, Lagna Lord in 12th house आप देखो, आप कहीं भी उसको फेंक दोगे, वो स्वयं लग करके निकल आएगा. He will fight it out. That is there. That ability is there. आप कहीं भी फेंक दो उनको, वो फाइट करके निकल आएंगे उससे. They will not give up. Tenacity, बाप रे बाप. Whereas Lagna Lord in second house, उसको सब कुछ दे दो, वो सब डुबा जाएगा. Yes. I've seen this. Ultimately, it is Arudha that matters. The rest doesn't matter at all. इस कलयुग में सत्य को कौन देखता है?
This point that you made, reference to Arudha Lagna, what is it?
It is very simple, na. let's say Lagna Lord is in 12th house for any horoscope, your horoscope, right? When the Lagna Lord is in 12th house, where is Arudha Lagna? 11th house. Now from the Arudha Lagna, where is the Lagna Lord? 2nd house. That means 12th house is the house of falling down. So wherever the person may fall down, because Lagna Lord is in 12th, because it is in the 2nd from Arudha, the person will have the tenacity to come up and save the image.
Yeah, but why second from Arudha?
Because 2nd from Arudha is the feeding of the sustenance of the Arudha. You mark all the people with Lagna Lord. ये तो है. People with Lagna Lord in 12th house. They will, but it must be a benefic planet, sir. I add that condition. Lagna Lord in 12th must be a benefic planet to take the person out of this. If it is a malefic planet, he will put the nail on the coffin. He has fallen down. Now put the nail before he gets up. So when Lagna Lord is in 12th, the big difference is made if it is a benefic or a malefic. Malefic. If you have fallen down before you can even get up, he will put nail on the coffin. So galti se nikalna hai.
Invariably, I've seen that if the second law of Arudha is facilitate or facilitate, when that dasa comes,
I have Saturn in the 2nd from Arudha Lagna.
you've seen that.
I left everything. I left. I cannot blame it. Atma karak hai. Atma karak hai. I left. हाँ अर्गला पे मुझे I have to do more. I have to do a lot more on अर्गला. ये अर्गला concepts को थोड़ा I have to do. Next year, future years I will do that. Depending after SJC and how active they are. Okay, did you all understand what we are talking? Interesting, na? So let us take some of your charts. Sina साहब आपका चार्ट बताओ. Arudha Lagna, where is Arudha Lagna? There is confusion for Arudha. क्या lucky आदमी आप? Scorpio is Arudha. चलो let us take Scorpio. Who is 7th from Arudha?
Scorpio is Lagna.
अच्छा.
And Scorpio Lord A2 is again in 12th house.
So one Arudha is Virgo. Other Arudha? Vrishchik Lagna. Ketu in 12th house. That is one case.
Lagna Lord is again in 5.
Exalted. So Arudha Lagna in Pisces.
So Arudha Lagna will be
Can you just tell your full chart, please?
Pisces, Sun and Rahu. Moon and Saturn in Pisces. Which is Rahu. Leo.
Interesting answer, please.
Leo Jupiter in Libra, Venus and Ketu. In Lagna, that is Scorpio, Sun and Mercury.
There's nothing in Kanya. So you have two planets in Mega.
So we have two options. I can accept Kanya Lagna with Surya in the 12th house, Surya in the 7th house from Arudha Lagna, and Lord of the 12th from Arudha Lagna, and say that your father was not destined to see your prosperity and rise in life. Or I can put Arudha Lagna with in Meena and say that your father saw your rise in life. He saw you settle down and rise in life. Which one will I say is right? So my principle was right, na? See the larger number of planets. जिसमें ज़्यादा ग्रह है वो आरूढ़ सही है ना? So Pisces Arudha is correct. Good. If Pisces is the Arudha, who is the 7th lord from Arudha Lagna? There are no planets out there. So we have to take the Lord. Mercury का क्या मतलब है? Friends, uncles, relatives. Have these people ever been hindrance to you in life? बड़ी स्पष्ट है. तो आपको क्या करना चाहिए इनके साथ? हलाल हलाल साम दाम दंड भेद. Mercury likes chocolate. So did you understand? Mercury is bad for him because it is the seventh lord from Arudha Lagna. It is always standing on his way. But yet that Mercury will also give the path. Because how do you know this is the path? The opposition will tell you, hey, you are going on the wrong way, you are going on the wrong way. Then you will see and go on the right way. Opposition plays a very important role. How is Mercury placed? Is it exalted, debilitated? How it is?
It is in Meena.
No. It is Vishik. Lagna. Scorpio it is.
I thought you had Sun and Buddha.
Too much of trouble from them. Too much of trouble. Okay.
With the help of father or governmental people, he can really make friendship and come out.
Yes. He should approach government to ensure that his uncles and all are not bad to him. So next time his uncle or somebody troubles him, he should write a letter to the Honorable Prime Minister of India. My uncle has shouted at me. You must make some law to stop it. I agree with you. I fully agree. Zelko Babu is very idealistic. He always looks for the good path. कभी भी गलत मार्ग नहीं लेना इसको. कभी भी नहीं. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. Good. I'm very happy. Always good path. See that? What you will do? Face it. Let it go. Okay. Okay. Next. Hanji. Vicky, your chat. So Arudha Lagna is Tula.
Yeah.
Arudha.
In Mesha is Buddha.
Oh, Buddha is in Mesha, so we don't have to go any further. So what does Buddha in Mesha mean? Uncles, relatives and friends have been serious hindrances, problems, suffering, standing on the way. Colleagues sometimes, colleagues at work, especially colleagues at work because Mercury is in 10th house from Lagna. अब 10th house from Lagna में Mercury colleague ही दिखाएगा ना, uncle थोड़ी दिखाएगा आपको ना, uncle भी है but थोड़ी दिखाएगा. Okay? Next. Lagna? Mesha Lagna. Arudha Lagna? Dhanu Arudha Lagna. Acha. In Mithuna, which planet is there?
Mithuna is not planet. In Navasya, Mithuna, Lagna.
Okay. The Mithuna Rashi, there is no planet. Mercury, where Mercury is?
Mercury is down in planet.
Superb. Superb. At last, I found one horoscope. You see that? The 7th Lord from Arudha Lagna is exalted in the 10th house from it. The grace of Shiva. 10th from Arudha. 6th from Lagna, but Arudha se to 10th mein aaya.
The grace of Shiva.
Grace of Shiva. See the grace of Shiva in this chart. 7th Lord from Arudha is exalted. That means this person will do very well because of friends, many friends, relatives, the dance circle. You are having many friends. There you see. Many friends, everybody will like. See, she's laughing all the time, happy, Mercury exalted. See that?
How do you say there's a grace of Shiva?
What happened? What was the question? उसमें हमारे चिल्ड्रन क्यों देखे वहां से सब? तो उससे थोड़ी आप छठे घर में बैठा है तो उससे आप नहीं साहब नहीं साहब ये तो छठे में है तो आप कैसे Arudha on the 5th house will be give I don't think that is not affecting. It's only friends. You have many friends. Many friends, many relatives. How about relatives? You are having many relatives, family? See, पक्का होगा. Principle very simple सा. Mercury exalt होगा ना बस होगा ही होगा. Sure it will be there. What a blessing. Okay, anybody else has an exalted planet in the 7th from Arudha Lagna? Please see your charts.
Yeah, I think she was also a Western astrologer and had a week to.
There, very successful.
Yeah, very.
Yes. Huh. That is good. Ruler of the 7th house from Arudha Lagna is exalted. That is superb. That is bad. That's okay. Good and bad can happen simultaneously. Both good and bad is happening. So what? Shukra is exalted. Shukra is fantastic. Right? And who are sitting in the 7th? Oh, some bad friends.
Yes. And brothers.
Brothers. All the time. Yes. Brothers will fight and separate. It is so easy. You can see. You see? You don't like brothers. No, it's not. It is not fortunate not to like brothers. It is unfortunate to break from brothers. No. It is not fortunately that you don't live with brothers. Unfortunately, you don't live with brothers because of Mars. See, think of the other way. Why should Mars be sitting in the 7th from Arudha for you? Why it cannot get exalted? Why it has to go there and cause you to separate and fight from your brothers? You think of what I am saying. That means there is some Mars dosha over there. Also Mercury and Mars are quarreling over there. What is the need? Tell your chart. Vishik is the Arudha. Lagna is Meena, Vishik is the Arudha, Ketu is in Mithuna, Rahu is in Dhanu, right? Dhanu, Shukra is in Meena in exaltation. Very Surya, I think in Meena. In Mesha, second house, correct. And Buddha and Mangala are in Vrishabha. You don't need other planets. We don't need. Okay. आप देखो छोटा सा प्रिंसिपल, वन प्रिंसिपल कितना एक्यूरेट. महर्षि वेयर इज महर्षि परस, कितना एक्यूरेट है महर्षि का बात देखो. So today you know who is standing in opposition. No, remember it is not fortunately any planet over there in the 7th, especially malefic planets, will cause many problems. Many problems it will cause. Ketu is horrible. Debilitated, वो तो आयुष debilitated है. Debilitated Ketu in? So debilitated from this thing Ketu. Ketu is not taken as debilitated in Vrishabha Sahab. Vrishabha में Ketu debilitated नहीं हो सकता. मिथुन में ही केतु डेबिलिटेटेड होगा. मोक्ष कारक जब मिथुन का बाजार देखेगा तो सारा अपना ग्रंथों को पानी में डाल देगा. बृहस्पति क्या करेगा? उसका ब्रह्मचर्य खत्म हो गया. अब क्या वृषभ में इज नॉट बैड सर. कुलस्य होना थे केतु नाम कुलस्य होना थे. इट इज नॉट बैड, इट इज गुड. आई डू नॉट कंसिडर केतु बैड इन वृषभ. Rahu is bad in Scorpio. Ketu is not bad in Vrishabha. Maybe you may have worst case scenario. You may have had problems with क्या बोलते हैं उनको, बॉसेस. नो डाउट केतु विल नॉट गिव. टॉरस में नहीं देगा साहब, टॉरस में नहीं देगा.
In fact, Ketu's a sadhu, and the sadhu is actually one who opened those doors because he gave him that.
राइट, इट इज गुड इन फैक्ट. एक साधु ने दिया ना आपको, तो फिर आपका सारा जीवन का दरवाजा खोला है साधु ने. वेरी इज बैड. प्रमाण हो गया आपने. केतु को मैं डेबिलिटी नहीं मानता हूँ, सिंपली बिकॉज राहु इज डेबिलिटी. राहु खराब है ना उसमें, क्योंकि वहां मून का डेबिलिटी है वो. राहु इज इन आउटर लग्न इन स्कॉर्पियो. इट इज गुड, गुड गुड.
Okay, never mind.
लॉर्ड ऑफ आरूढ़ लग्न is केतु है ना. तो आप केतु को नेगेटिव कैसे पकड़ेंगे? मैं पकड़ नहीं पा रहा था, पता नहीं कहाँ से आप कर रहे हैं. हाउ इज नेगेटिव? तो लॉर्ड ऑफ आरूढ़ लगन, हाउ तो अच्छा है वहां पर सेवंथ में. तो आरूढ़ लगन का मालिक जो होगा वही अगर सेवंथ में बैठ गया, एक साधु विल कम फ्रॉम समवेयर एंड ओपन द डोर्स फॉर यू एंड गो अवे. तो कैसे वो खराब हो गया आपके लिए? हाउ इज बैड? Why should the Lord of Arudha Lagna be bad for Arudha? Unless he is debilitated and weak and ruined. कोई कारण नहीं है why he will be bad.
Even a malefic planet who's Lord of Arudha Lagna, 7, is not bad when he's debilitated.
He will help to open the door in his ways.
Okay.
In his ways. In his malefic ways. And he will justify it to be right. Depending. अगर मानो मंगल है, Mangal's malefic ways can be either cutting a thing with a kitchen knife or cutting with a surgeon's knife. एक अच्छा है, एक बुरा है. कौन सा अच्छा है बुरा कैसे बोलोगे आप? जुपिटर पे डिपेंड करेगा. Surgeons must have a strong marks, no? And police people also must have strong marks. So it all depends upon the chart. How can I take a decision independently? Some more charts. Best होगा. हाँ. Your Arudha is also in Scorpio. Okay, Arudha is in Scorpio. Aries, how can Aries be the second house from Scorpio?
Is anything in Rishabha?
And how is bothered? Where is Venus? Capricorn. Tell us something about your marriage. Do you have a sister? How do you get along with her? She's fine with you. Good. We don't know. You should tell us. आगे बोलो. नहीं इनका बताओ. अरे उनका चार्टिंग बोले तो बस very funny. I thought you were going to say something. Say something. No, say something about his chart. Why you all want your chart? Say something about his chart. It's a very peculiar thing. You are throwing up a chart and I will tell some reading. Why should I tell? You do the reading. ये तो अजीब है. पढ़ाने के बाद भी मुझे करना पड़ता है. Come on, now tell. Ajay, tell something about his chart. He was not even seeing the chart. Oh, say that. So then how naturally the whole thing changes. You just said you were fine with your sister. I was wondering what went wrong with the horoscope. It needs rectification. अब गुरु शुक्र के साथ बैठ गया तो that dictum has come into play. The seventh house from Arudha has no planets, but the seventh Lord Shukra is with Guru. The dictum of Parashara of Guru and Shukra influencing the seventh from Arudha has come into play. It is a big blessing, very big blessing in the chart. Huh? Who cares? So like that.
There is sun also, you don't take the full thing.
Sun also. Guru Venus is a big blessing.
Second from the Lagna is Moon and Mars.
No, that is a very good thing, you know. Seventh Lord from Arudha, seventh house from Arudha is the Guru Shukra Yoga. The Guru Yoga is superb. Superb yoga from the Arudha.
But what about the sun? The sun is also there.
Sun ego problems are there, that's okay. थोड़ा बहुत हर चीज सरकार को हर चीज चाहिए, but she is right. But वो it is only conjoining. It is some ego problems. This sister is elder to you or younger to you? Younger to you. Does she listen to you? Right. That is the son. Ego problems. I told you. See that? It's all right. That is okay. That is.
The problem is that Rahu is taken from us.
That is bad.
That is the thing.
That is bad. But now Dasha is finished, no?
The Rahu will start in another 8 years.
Oh.
So, that he is something.
Breathing difficulty, right? You said?
That was in the Dasha.
अब देखो राहु आए ना अब इसका सेकंड में ब्रीथिंग डिफिकल्टी दिया उसको. राहु जी ने नक्षत्र वीनस बाय एनी चांस? तो केतु नक्षत्र नॉट नक्षत्र वीनस. अच्छा. Anyway, I have to see the full chart and see the dashas to know what's going on. I cannot jump to conclusion like this. A good coffee.
Actually, here we can't really make out the seven blocks from Arudha Lagna, Venus, Jupiter and Sun. So he doesn't have any major opposition from him.
He doesn't have. Correct. You are right.
Oh, the Venus, Jupiter is against him.
That is right. He doesn't have. You are right, Sarah. I fully agree with you. Correct. Correct analysis. Did you get that? There is no major opposition. Correct. There is no major opposition. It is good. It is a very good sign. Only a little bit of that younger sister will not listen to him all the time. He is also not. Who is that? Oh, the door is opened by the Jupiter and Venus. That is when his sister gets married, his doors will open up. चल चलो उसे क्या करना हमको. हाँ.
I don't know this one, but supposing that he is a deep part, then what is the behavior of Jupiter?
Then he has to become spiritual for them to give good results. If they are deeply combust, he has to become spiritual. That is the condition. Combustion means spiritual cleansing. Brihad Samhita. Combustion means spiritual. Any planet which is combust will give good results only after you are spiritual. Combustion means spiritual cleansing. It is like Shukra was digested by the stomach, in the stomach of Shiva, not Vishnu, Shiva, for 20 years. That is how fellow learned 20 years Dasha. Anyway, the point is, combustion is spiritual cleansing. Under Jovian years, when you read about Jovian years in Brihad Samhita, you will get this reference. Huh. Good question, Subir. Very good question. Huh. Okay, next. What is it? बताओ. Arudha. Virgo, Arudha. So Mercury is debilitated. 1 degree of Pisces. That is Karkamasha. Okay, go on. Jupiter?
Jupiter is also regulated in 8.
Jupiter is debilitated in 8. Beautiful. And Venus?
Venus is in 9.
In Taurus.
Taurus.
In Aquarius. So marriage is the turning point. Okay. Okay. So is it good, bad, what? Please tell me.
Opposition is from Mercury.
Opposition is from Mercury.
And it's debilitated, so this obstruction will be bad.
More heavy obstruction.
And this is Lord also then you were saying Lord
Is good in the 7th house. Yes, your Lord in the 7th house is very good, provided he is strong. What happens to you when you face opposition? Do you get debilitated or do you get exalted?
and this is like this right and wrong and then right.
Yes, right and wrong is so important for you, right? Because it is in which sign? Pisces. The Lord of Arudha Lagna is in Pisces. The Lord of Lagna is in Pisces. Righteousness. Righteousness गुरु के घर से आता है. Jupiter's house from Pisces, you get that feeling of righteousness. लग्नेश जिन जिन का मीन में होगा वो righteousness का थोड़ा थोड़ा होगा. आरुढ़ लगन का भी मालिक वहां है ना मीन में. So you will be very just, very fair-minded, very just. है ना? Everything should be fair. Everybody should get everything equally. Must be. Right? Right. That is your biggest problem, in fact. Because in the world, nothing is fair. भारत सरकार ने राशन का, चीनी का राशन का दुकान बनाया, सारे शादियों में चीनी बटने लगे. Really? इसमें क्या fairness है? गरीब के पास कभी कुछ पहुंचा है? नहीं. तुम किस राइटियसनेस की बात करती हो? वो आइडियलिज्म जो मूल राशि का जो आइडियलिज्म है वो भगवान, दैट इज द राइटियसनेस ऑफ गॉड. Pisces is supposed to be the sign of God. So that righteousness which you are looking for is actually your biggest badak to this material world. Because from Arudha point of view, you get debilitated because wherever you go there is no righteousness. There is righteousness. You tell me. मुझे एक क्षेत्र बता दो ये whole भारत में length and breadth भारत where you find righteousness working as righteousness. Rest of the world तो even forget it. Do not even try. Please भारत में मुझे बता दो कहाँ है. एक जगह बता दो मुझे. So you are going to see more and more of this. You have found it. In work you will find it. At home you will find it. Everywhere you will find it. So then what are you going to do about it? Do you understand the point? I am now talking not of people. I am talking of ideology. Ideology coming from the sign and the Lord. And that is the Badak. The Badak is in your own intelligence. The Badak is to your image. Virgo is the house of the great harvest. And the harvest has been completely destroyed because they talked of righteous distribution. सबको इक्वल दाना मिलना चाहिए. भगवान का भी इक्वल शेयर होगा. ऐसे मारपीट करके सारा जला दिए दाना को. समझ गए? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Virgo is the sign of the harvest. The crop has been harvested. Lord of Mercury is debilitated. Why is it debilitated? All the friends, all the farmers who had harvested are now talking about who will get what share. Debilitated means they are not able to arrive at a decision. Everybody says, I must get my fair share of what I have done. Frankly speaking, there is nothing called fair share. Either you do it equally or forget it. Because who knows who has worked how much? Right? And who knows who needs how much? तो वहां पे झगड़ा होकर के सारा क्रॉप को जुपिटर डेबिलिटेटेड हो गया, क्रॉप ही डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया. सोल्यूशन क्या है इसका? Strengthen them. Strengthen that Mercury and you will find your solution. Is Mercury strong? Does she need to strengthen it further? Retro. Combust also. In Pisces. Yes, it is combust. That is good. So what is the condition? मैंने कंडीशन क्या बोला था? कंबशन का. The person has to be spiritual. When the person finds her spiritual path, she will first thing is to come out of sun's condition. That is the first requirement. So you have become spiritual. You are learning Jyotish. So we assume you are becoming spiritual. Right? So first condition of Surya is satisfied. What is the second condition? It is retrograde. Debilitated planet in retrograde is like exaltation. Third condition, it is in Kendra to the Lagna, and that is itself Nichbhanga Raj Yoga. तो लग्न से और चंद्र से निजभंग राजयोग है, कंप्लीट टोटल ऐसा, टोटल निजभंग राजयोग. So superb. You don't have to wear anything, you don't have to do anything, you just have to learn Jyotish. सीधी बात है, और क्या करना है? तो कंडीशन है कंबशन का. The only condition left is combustion. It is retrograde, it has got निजभंग राजयोग, everything is perfect. Only condition है, it is combust. Combust है तो किससे combust है? सूर्य से combust है. सूर्य है ज्योतिष विद्या का मालिक. ज्योतिष ही सूर्य का दूसरा नाम है. ज्योतिष सीखो, ज्योतिष बड़े बड़े ज्योतिषियों को खुश करो, मिठाई लेकर के आओ हर वक्त उनके लिए. आपको क्या टेंशन है? That is another chapter. Vakra. Correct. That is a dictum on that. But that is debatable. That is a debatable point. That is debatable point. वक्र मंगल का भी तो नाम हो सकता है. आग को कौन जला सकता है? इसलिए मंगल का कंबशन नहीं हो सकता. Vakra is also a name for Mangal. So by saying that Vakra cannot be combusted, you can also be saying that Mangal cannot be combusted. Not retrograde planets cannot be combusted. देखो double meaning है उसमें. The Sanskrit verse that you are talking about is using the word Vakra. Vakra cannot be combusted. Now is Vakra retrograde or is Vakra Mars?
Here I am saying another point. And Mercury are retrograde. They are between Sun and the Earth. So, Sun is not blocking the rays of either Mercury or Venus in that case. So that is the point. And that is why when you calculate all the that point
वो तो ठीक है. It is not blocking the rays. वो तो ठीक है साहब. But चेष्टा बोलता है. वो तो नहीं देखो. It is debilitated retrograde ना. आप कंबशन को हटा दो. डेबिलिटेटेड रेट्रोग्रेड है तो दैट इज नीचभंग राजयोग. वो तो हम मानते हैं. हमने कब मना किया उसको? हम नीचभंग का कैंसलेशन विद रेट्रोग्रेशन मना नहीं कर रहे हैं. हम कंबशन की बात कर रहे हैं. चाहे वो रेट्रोग्रेड हो नहीं हो, वो रेंज के अंदर में है. अगर सूर्य से वो रेंज के अंदर में आ गया तो द कंडीशन ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी ऑफ सूर्य कैन नॉट बी इग्नोर्ड. ये वरामीरा का पॉइंट था. जब whenever एक ग्रह सूर्य के उसके अंदर में आता है, वो उसका मैल से साफ हो रहा है. वो जलन by burning through the sun, his sins are being burnt. Like anybody who goes to a Shiva or to a temple, he is burning his sins. His sins are getting burnt, and when he crosses over, he comes out clean. So it is necessary to do some kind of a. ये अलग अलग चीजें हैं. One debility अलग चीज है, retrogression अलग चीज है, combustion अलग चीज है. डेबिलिटी और रेट्रोग्रेशन के कारण निजभंग हो गया, पर कंबशन का क्या हुआ? आप बोल रहे हैं कंबशन है नहीं. ये मैं मानता हूं कंबशन नहीं है. शी इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट, एक्सट्रीमली इंटेलिजेंट. शी इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट. सो प्रिंसिपली कंबशन नहीं है. बट व्हाट अबाउट स्पिरिचुअलिटी? तो कंबशन हैज गॉट टू एस्पेक्ट्स टू इट. इज इट डिस्ट्रॉइंग द नेचर ऑफ द पर्सन और इज इट गिविंग स्पिरिचुअलिटी? दो चीजें हैं. अगर आप कंबशन को जलन बोलते हो तो फिर कंबशन तो है नहीं इसमें, क्योंकि वक्री है. बट अगर आप कंबशन को ये बोलते हो कि इट इज रूइनिंग द स्पिरिचुअल, मतलब स्पिरिचुअल क्लेंजिंग है, तब तो नेसेसरी है. तब वो वक्री हो नहीं हो उससे कोई फर्क नहीं है. हैव आई क्लैरिफाइड द पॉइंट? देवव्रत, देयर आर मल्टीपल मीनिंग्स बिहाइंड दैट वक्र शब्द. वो छोटा सा जो शब्द है, देयर आर मेनी मीनिंग्स. हाँ साहब बताओ. हाँ.
Common sense, it will be Varshesh also.
True. The seventh house from Arudha Lagna is the real Badhak.
Otherwise also. So in such a situation,
He's the real Badhak.
Patrick planet is Varshesh, as well as the sun from what will happen.
That is why the dictum which I gave you, if the 7th Lord from Arudha Lagna is placed in the 12th house, all the obstacles will vanish by itself. That is the standard dictum for Badakesh. If Badakesh is in 12th from Lagna, all the Badaka will go. The same dictum I was quoting when I was saying this. I was giving the quote about Badakesh.
For example, my chart, Kumbha Lagna, Sun Kumbha Lagna, Arudha Lagna is Kumbha. 7 from Arudha Lagna is
Tula.
Tula, nothing in it.
Why do you say Arudha Lagna is Aries?
How about Saturn?
But
Where's Saturn in the chart?
Saturn and Rahu are Saturn, Rahu, Shukra, and Chandra are in the 2nd house.
So they're joined. Okay, there's only one true solution.
Yes. And the 7th from Arudha Lagna is Badakesh. Shukra exalted.
Also Badakesh.
Exalted with the Shani, Rahu, Chandra, and these 4 planets are 12 from Arudha Lagna.
Right.
Does it mean they have to get up all these things or what? Yeah. Kumbha Lagna, Shani, Shukra, Rahu, and Chandra in 2nd house. You mean that? Mars is in 10th house. Shukra. Guru, Ketu, Indra, 8th house.
So you see, the 7th Lord, to take rule number 1.
Yes.
7th Lord from Arudha Lagna is exalted,
Yes.
which is very good.
Yes.
But he had no business to be with Rahu and Saturn.
They're Lagna.
No, 7th Lord from, forget Lagnesha. Who's talking about Lagna? We're talking about Arudha, right?
Yes.
7th Lord from Arudha Lagna is Shukra. He is exalted, very good. But he had no business to be with Rahu and Shani. If it is with Rahu, it indicates cheating. If it is with Shani, it indicates sorrow. With Chandra, it indicates too much emotion. Yes, so what you must do? So what you must do? Give up Shukra. Shukra is already strong, it's exalted. What more stronger it will become? It is 6th Lord. Lagna. So you want to strengthen 6th Lord? That is Lagna Lord. Rahu is co-lord of Lagna. We don't.
Doesn't create problems for
So it does not create any problems for Arudha, right? Yeah. What problems will it create? Maximum will be cheated by a few boyfriends, so what? Some of them will cheat you, some of them will turn away with your money, some of them will make false promises, go over here, so what, right? What is Vilko? 12th house is the house of losses. What is the way out?
We've created the badak and the curse, so we need to solve the curse.
Right. If you solve the curse, Venus is with the moon and with the moon, Saturn and Rahu. This is the curse from last life, curse of spouse. So if we can solve the curse, we can solve the problem. Simple as that. Yeah, so Jupiter is aspecting it, so you'll get the solution, then you'll find the curse. So you take care of the curse, everything will become okay. Huh? किसका फोन है वो? Naturally, it is Venus exalted is good. It is promising a fantastic relationship and married life. Everything will open up for her when she is properly married and everything is fine. The whole world is waiting to open up for her from the marriage. But the whole thing is blocked because of the curse of Saturn and Rahu. So what has to be done? She has to be removed from it. How to remove from it? Clean Venus. Venus is with dirt. Saturn is dirt. Rahu is dirt. Clean Shukra. Make Shukra clean. Cleanse Shukra. Remove Shani. Burn Shani. Remove Rahu and throw it away. How to do that? How can you cleanse anything? Tatsavitur Varanyam. There is only one cleansing. Tatsavitur Varanyam. और cleansing नहीं है. Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra is the only way out. How do you clean? Use the Gayatri Mantra, take some water and say Gayatri Mantra, hey Gayatri, take this water and put it over there. It will clean. Right? With the Jala Bijas, you have to do the Gayatri. Chalo, let's go. Next.
Question. How we can say that her marriage will support?
I never said marriage will support Arudha Lagna. I never said. I have not seen Mars. How I can say it will support? It will just open the door of her life. Opening door of life does not mean supporting Arudha. She will not become famous because of the door opening up. Arudha Lagna is about name, your fame, your status, your reputation, what you are doing. Her Arudha Lagna is Mesha Rashi. She will become engineer one day. And after becoming engineer, she will make bridges. If the bridge falls down, can you blame the husband? She made the bridge, she drives and says, so the bridge will fall down tomorrow. Then what you will say? No, because Shukra is in 12 from Arudha Lagna, so the bridge fell down. No. Good or bad of the Arudha will depend upon the Arudha. Why are you mixing that with the door? Somebody helped you. Is that bad or good? 7th house from Arudha is somebody who is helping you or standing on your way. One of the two things. What it has to do with how you work and what you are doing. I bought a book for you. Let's say, Zoki bought a book for you. Zoki helped you. If tomorrow you say, this is a beautiful book, I will make little boats with this paper. Every day you take out one paper, you make one boat and put it in water. What will happen to the knowledge in the book? Do you understand? Whether you study or not is up to you. How is Zoki responsible? He only helps you. 7th from Arudha Lagna is the one who is helping, who is opening your doors or closing the doors. One of the two they are doing. Either they will help you or they will be opposite to you. They have nothing to do with what you are.
Sir, in her case, one thing is more. Arudha has given two very good pictures. That is, Badka is the first house from the Saturn or Badha. And it also says, Kumbha and Vrishka are just the Badha.
Are they?
So her Lagna is Kumbh and Arudha is Soy.
Kumbha, Vrishika and Dhanu.
I remember only two. So anyway, because Aru is in Scorpio and Lagna, so she should also fight Ganesha. Otherwise, how Badha would go? She would not be able to see.
वो गणेश तो है, गायत्री में गणेश है, गायत्री में 24 देवी देवता है ना, 24 है। वो देखिए साहब, गायत्री जो है उसको आप जल बीज के साथ करो, सारी देव देवता, उसी में विष्णु है, उसी में शिव है, उसमें सब कुछ है साहब। इट इज द हाईएस्ट, इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं है। देखिए इसमें सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है इनका वो कर्स का। So Shukra is badly cursed in this horoscope. That is the only problem. Unless we cleanse that Shukra, चाहे हम कुछ भी कर दें, कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा, नहीं होगा साहब। और वो कर्ज किसका है? शनि का है, राहु का है ना। कौन वो मैल निकालेगा शनि राहु का? किसमें दम है? गायत्री के अलावा और किसी में दम है? We do not have any other way out. हाँ, let's go on. लग्नेश है ना, वो गायत्री के अलावा कुछ दे भी नहीं सकता हूँ. कहीं गणेश को मंत्र दे और वो शनि को उठा के पटक दे और इसका लग्नेश पटक गया तो फिर आप सोचो तो सही. ये भी तो देखना पड़ेगा. You are invoking Ketu, which is in the 8th house. No, but Ganesh mantra is good for her. There is no doubt on that. Guru के साथ बैठा इसमें why will Ganesh be bad for anyone? Okay, let us go into. What is the time? 5 o'clock. Time for sweets. Okay, thank you very much. Any more questions? Major questions?